The step function, or another way to express this function, is the greatest integer function, is this function that looks like this. And it's called a step function because it looks like a bunch of steps. It's notated with these square brackets. It can also be written with f of x as integer x. And the way this function works is it's the largest integer part of the input number. Or in other words, the largest integer to the left of the x of that is our input number. So an example here would be f of 3.2. Well, if I take a look at where 3.2 is, 3.2 is about here, and the y coordinate is there. So the largest integer value of that 3.2 is going to be y equals 3. So it looks like that. When I do 2.9, 2.9 is on the other side of 3, so somewhere around here. There's 2.9, and so it's going to be it's going to be one integer less, or in other words, we can just take a look at the integer part of that function and get 2. At 3, we have to be careful because right at 3, since the function is defined for 3, it's going to give the largest integer part of 3 is 3. Okay, so that's how it works. How does this look like in terms of limits when we apply limits to this? So because at the integer values, we have a discontinuity, we have to be able to approach it from the left or right-hand side. So if we approach 3 from the left-hand side, it's approaching the value of 3 from this side. And the limit of that is going to be equal to 2, because from that side is still going to be equal to 2. Until it actually hits the 3 value, it won't be equal to 3. If we take a look at it from the right-hand side, okay, the integer value approaching 3 from the right-hand side is going to be going from along that line, so it's going to give me a y value of 3. So the right-hand limit is equal to 3, and because the left and right-hand limits are different, it is clearly discontinuous, which we can see right on that graph. At the integer values, though, we have a bit of a problem because we can only define it from one side. So this being a two-sided limit means that from one side it's going to be equal to 5, from the other side it's going to be equal to 4. So we have to say that that limit does not exist, okay? Because at the integer values we cannot have a two-sided limit. Every other point, though, it is continuous, so we can, at 6.6, we know it's going along the line of 6, y equals 6, and from the left and right-hand side, it's going to be equal to 6, because the greatest integer value of 6.6 is 6, and we know it's continuous along that point.